legendary Lauryn Hill. One third of the Fugees. Lauryn Hill recorded one of the greatest albums in the history of my lifetime. The Miseducation of Lauryn Hill. I would argue the biggest album of the 90s. And it's funny. It's pretty much the only album she really did. I think. I think she did one like unplugged album. I think a couple years later, but that's about it. But she's back touring again. My sister actually saw her in Connecticut a couple weeks ago, and she showed up to the show. And I say that she showed up to the show because she has a tendency to be just like Axl Rose of Guns N' Roses, where like she'll show up to the show, but she's always late. Always late. And that's been a thing for years. For decades, really. But Lauryn Hill. Not showing shows on time. So apparently, during her LA, I think it was LA, one of the shows last week, she addressed her tardiness on stage. And lots of nonsensical dribble she had here to say. This is the sound may be a little off here because this is an amateur recording. But here's what Lauryn Hill had to say about her tardiness for shows and addressing it.
Say, yeah, she's late. She's late to late. Yo, y'all lucky I make it on this blood rise stage every night. I don't do it because they let me do it. I do it because I stand here in the name of God and I do it. God is the one who allows me to do it. Who surrounded me with family and community. When there was no support, when the album sold so many records, and no one showed up and said, hey, would you like to make another one? So I went around the world, and I played the same album over and over and over again. Because we're the survivors. And we're not just the survivors, we're the thrivers.
Here's where I'm bothered by what she said. And look, I'm not sitting there claiming anything here. I'm not sitting there going to judge her. You know, she has a lot of issues she's had with the record label through the years and all this stuff and the industry as a whole. And I'm with you. I'm with her on that 100%. 100% with her on that. This is not about that, though. This is about being aware of your customer base. You see, people pay money to see you live. Okay? You know, you're sitting there saying that, oh, yeah, I'm here because of God. Because God, look, and we love the Almighty God, of course. Okay? You're also here because you're trying to make money as well, too. Let's be clear about that. You're touring here because, I'm not saying you need the money, but you do make money when you're touring. And the way you make money is through customers like myself. Or like my sister, I want to see you up in Connecticut. So the least you can do is show up on time to your shows. That has nothing to do with the industry, people, critics. That's a respect for us as fans who are paying a lot of money. And by the way, I don't even know, inflation's kind of still a thing. You know, costs got kind of high. You know, Ticketmaster, tickets for concerts, I'll get to that in a second, are kind of expensive these days. These fucking fees ain't going away. I just bought tickets for a concert that I'm going to be going to in February. And I had to pay $20 in fees for that show, on top of the $40 that I paid. I mean, have a little more self-awareness, Lauren. That's all I'm saying. Have a little more self-awareness. Your customers pay top dollar to see you, support you, to put money in your pocket. Okay? The least you can do is to be on time for your shows, let alone perform on the shows. I'm just saying.